Hi, my name is Lee Willis, and I am a branch manager with Loan Depot here in Los Angeles. And today I have two of my teammates and wonderful guys. First is Michael Moses. He's a sales manager in the South Bay. And I have our newest sales manager, Brandon Klump, and he is out in Thousand Oaks near me. So say hi, guys. So today we are going to talk about change and what makes someone want to make a change. So all three of us worked at banks for quite a long time. Michael worked for almost 20 years. Brandon and I think 10 years, Brandon, right?
16. 16.
16 years. All right, you had me beat. So I know he looks like he's 12, but he was with the banks for 16 years, and I was with the bank for over 10 years. People always think about grass is greener. Is the grass greener? And then there's always the thought process of, well, what if I don't do well? What if I fail? And so on and so forth. So Brandon just joined us, what, 3 months ago, right?
Correct.
Give or
March
take?
5th was my first
Yeah.
day.
And Brandon just killed it. Just came out guns blazing, you know, put up some big numbers. Actually didn't produce for the last 5 years at the bank, and then just put in just outstanding numbers. So Brandon, tell me kind of just what your thought process is, like going from big bank to like direct lender.
Well, first, it was a scary decision because I've been so comfortable at Wells Fargo. And it was 16 years, learned a lot, grew a lot. And, after that time, I just felt that I needed a challenge in my life. And, something was missing, to me. And so I started to explore, the what if scenario, maybe something else may be right for me. And so there was a lot of research, a lot of conversations with my wife, talking about a lot of this because it's a big change, not only for me, but I've got a 2-year-old, so it's a family decision. First thing that I had was leadership. Luckily at Loan Depot, I was familiar with you, Lee, and another branch manager, Rich Graffio, Drew Collins came from Wells, so I was very comfortable with the leadership, process here at Loan Depot. What I didn't expect was Anthony Shea. What a great leader and CEO he was. I actually find myself reading the emails that he sends, and they're not generated, from somebody else, or something that's just kind of a written
Yeah.
form. It's from the heart, and I think that he shares what's on his mind, and he's very real, which was very surprising my side pleasantly. So big part there. The next one was speed. So how quick a bank or anybody can close a transaction. Realtors asks if we can do something. My answer is a confident yes versus like, I don't know, let me check. So to me, that was a big part because I wanted a change on that. Technology, leads, and marketing, what each company is going to do that's going to help me bring in more business. And when I bring on other people, what can a certain company do to bring them more business? In Loan Depot, where we're growing out in the Ventura market, in the LA market, but definitely wanted the realtors to have a positive experience, what they're seeing with Loan Depot, and what they're at. And obviously when I was shopping, what reputation all these other companies had. Obviously competitive pricing, and I had spreadsheets written down of what all of these lenders could do, how they compared. And so I did probably weekly, about 2 or 3 weeks, because I didn't just want one day's pricing. I kind of wanted to get some figures that were
Yeah, I remember
a
getting
big
the
overall
text quite
summary.
a bit.
What's that?
Yeah, I remember getting those texts
Oh
from
yeah.
you like, "Hey," I was like, "Didn't we already go through this scenario?" But let me ask Michael this. I mean, you kind of went through your process with me like a year ago when we were talking. Like, what was there anything different that Brandon did that maybe you did or you wish you did?
Yeah, my story is a little bit different, and I was at a big bank for 27 years, and so my story was systems. Big bank systems have a kludgy kind of slower process. And then you have these upstarts like a Loan Depot that have these phenomenal systems that bring a lot of things into play that require automation and making it simpler to work with the customer at that point. That was a big thing for me. And being here a year now, I'm just looking at it and I go, wow, if I would have made this decision earlier, how much further along I would have been. So that's where I came from.
It's really interesting what causes people to make a change. I feel you need to be challenged, and being comfortable is probably the fastest way to mediocrity. Now, Brandon, the reason I brought Brandon on the phone was because I knew how much homework he actually did to feel comfortable to make that change. When I made the change, it was like a week process for me. I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I like it. I feel it. I'm more a feel guy. Brandon's a little more analytical, and he really went through and did his homework. Whatever your decision process is, feel comfortable in what you can do and believe in yourself. And that's really what makes the change a positive experience. So thank you very much for joining us. Michael, Brandon, always good to see you guys. And thank you very much for all your input. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Lee. Take care.
Thank you.